Welcome to Tech and Tortillas. We are back. We are just a couple of hours post game, and I'm thinking we're back. Texas Tech takes the win, 66-21. You basically dominate. Yeah, you basically dominate after their 75-yard bubble screen or whatever. They went for a touchdown. They didn't score for the rest of the game until it was garbage time in the second half. We saw a little bit of everything, everything that we asked for. We asked for Kitley to use the middle of the field, play more complementary football in general. We wanted the defense to get some turnovers, some pressure on the quarterback. We saw it all, and man, it feels good. I put on my Hawaiian shirt for this special occasion because for once in our lives, it felt like it was a vacation watching Tech football. What'd you think, Troy?
So I'm at my father-in-law's house, and I am drinking from a UNT cup because we defeated them, and I am drinking from my enemy, and so I'm enjoying a
You should have
victory.
put some. You should put some red dye in there. You could have said you were drinking the blood of Chuck.
The chalice of victory is what
Yeah.
I'm drinking. Man, Dallas, I think we're back. We might be back, and I think we have a guest that is waiting to be added to the stage. Let's get his opinion. Nick, how do you feel? Oh.
I'm gonna tell you what, boys. We're back. We're so back. We're so back. It hurts. Hang on. I'm so excited. My screen's straight up. You know what I mean? 6 to midnight. Hang on. Let's get horizontal here.
I kind of like you as a little hot dog.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh. I'm a little hot dog. All right. I'm a little hot tamale. Boys. Boys.
You off the trot.
What a day to be a Red Raider. Can I just say that? What a day to be a Red Raider. You know what? Hang on. Sorry. That's putting dead on the pedestal here. Man, how are you guys feeling?
Oh,
Best
phenomenal.
I felt all year for sure.
Yeah, I just flipped the script, didn't I?
Well, yeah, we were
You-
talking about.
Hey, I asked the questions around here. Hang on.
He asks the questions and answers them too.
Hang on. Whoa, whoa. And I smoked the cigars, baby. We're having a good day. We're just vibing today, you know? God, it feels good. All right, go ahead. Ask me some questions.
All right, all right, Nick.
Yeah,
Are we
Dallas.
overreacting because this was just UNT, or is this a change in the tides, or are we gonna turn this thing around and be competitive in the Big 12?
Me sense a change in the winds a blowing, Dallas. to quote the great Captain Barbosa. I'm telling you, you know what? Anyone can say what they want. North Texas is a frisky team, okay? The fighting Chucks, we like to call them on this podcast. Well, guess what? They were the fightless Chucks today. Not because they suck, but because Texas Tech finally did what we were supposed to do, okay? And here's what else I'm going to tell you. Don't let those pundits tell you this was a nothing win. Everyone all year, UNT's not that bad. But guess what? We smoked them. So if anyone's now saying they're a walk, they're just a cakewalk. Nope. If you didn't want them at their best, you can't have them at their worst. Okay. So I don't want to hear it. What Tech did today was come out angry, embarrassed in their last two games, and looking to do something different. And guess what? They did. Not only do I feel good about the offense, I feel better about the defense, but I feel great right now about the coaching staff. They looked that team in the mirror and they said, fellas, you're embarrassing yourselves and you're embarrassing us. And we're not going to do it anymore. All right. And coming out and fighting the way they did. Oh my God, from the beginning, I felt good. All right. So I'm proud of the boys. I'm proud of the coaches. It feels good. And here's the other thing that everyone always says, oh, well, we're supposed to beat UNT. Guess what? We haven't beaten teams like that in a while. It doesn't matter if we were supposed to beat them or not. Okay. So the fact that we actually did, yeah, it feels good. We did what we were supposed to do. It feels nice doing what you're supposed to do, not letting anyone down. Being the Texas Tech people think. I have two buddies who went to UNT. They texted me before the game. They took UNT plus 10.5. I told them before the game started, I said, look, fellas, here's what I'm going to tell you. This Texas Tech team is one of the most talented teams we've had in Lubbock in a long time. We have not shown it the last 2 weeks. We've been embarrassed. But if the coaches get us ready to play, and we look at them, to quote Dylan, we look at that man in the mirror, and we're ready to play, we are going to smoke you by 50. And it's not going to feel good. That's what I told them before the game. I said, this is not a game you want Texas Tech, because we are going to win the Big 12 this year. I don't think we're going to lose another game. Overreaction? Don't think so. Go ahead. Tell me something, Dallas. What, are you going to say I'm overreacting?
No. I'm
Troy,
saying
mute him.
anybody
Mute him.
that says
Mute him if he's
like
going
this
to.
is a write-off, that it's UNT or whatnot. Look, we were 10-point favorites. When was the last time Tech covered the spread by 35 points?
Almost covered the over by themselves.
Yeah, I know. But you're a 10-point favorite. You cover the spread by 7 touchdowns. That just has not happened here in Lubbock in I can't remember the last game that happened, because anytime we've blown somebody out, it's been like a just horrible FCS team or like a bottom of the barrel group of 5 team, and it hasn't been like this.
Yeah, UNT is not the best team ever, but they're not a bad team. So let's not pretend like everyone. You guys know what's going to happen. Everyone's going to say that all week. Well, UNT this, UNT that. They are not a bad team. All right. So to put the hurt on them, oh, please, Arizona State, let's dance. Let's do this. Oh, I'm so excited. We'll crush a few beers, have a good time. And then it's not going to be a good time for them.
Nick.
Because we're coming in hot. We're coming in so hot. And I'm not done yet. I'm not even done yet. Dallas, you interrupted me. Here's another thing. Let me tell you another thing. Oh, my goodness, this offense. Brady Boyd is the 7th option at wide receiver? What? Give me a break. Tell me a better, Dallas, you tell me this. Tell me a better wide receiver room in the nation. Tell me, please. Top to bottom. Tell me.
I mean, there's.
Go ahead, say one.
You know, we saw the graphic this last week of all of the 5-star wide receivers that were getting all this attention. How good does it say that the Tech wide receiver group is? Is it the 1 5-star that's not getting a bunch of stats? Is it Texas Tech?
Dallas, my question was, name a better wide receiver room than ours. You can't. That's right. That's right. Don't be one of them, Dallas. Don't be one of those pundits. You're not. Best wide receiver room in the nation. Troy, you got something to say?
Can I say something or no?
Yeah, go ahead. As long as it's good about the wide receiver room.
Well, no, it's something a little different, but you inspired me with your Pirates of the Caribbean quote, so I found one real fast. Hey, the problem is not the problem. The problem is your attitude about the problem. And let me tell you something. We thought we had a problem in our hands. That's the great Jack Sparrow, by the way. But the way this team showed resolve and they took on this attitude, they looked like they righted the ship. And I had one more other quote. Where's the rub? Captain Jack Sparrow as well.
Guess what? We're finding it tonight, boys.
Be great. And let's hey. ASU, bring it on, baby.
Yeah, hey, fellas, enjoy tonight. Have a good day tomorrow, and we'll get back to work on Monday. All right? Because we're finding the rum. Here's what I'm going to tell you, man. It was just, God, everybody is just electric factories. Oh, my God. If it's not one person, if it's not Kelly, it's Douglas. If it's not Douglas, it's Brown. If it's not him, it's Conyers. Oh, my God. Oh, yeah, and then guess what? Then there's Micah Hudson just kind of, hey, just waiting. You see this? See what I'm doing right now? Just treading water.
Do we want to talk the Micah Hudson, Will Hammond connection? Because
we are. I'm not there yet. Hang on. Just treading water. Just tread. See that? And the boom. There he is. Now go ahead. Tell me about Will Hammond and Micah Hudson. Because yeah, that's in our back pocket.
Yeah, I don't think that you can honestly say that Cam Brown has any shot at being QB2. I'm not saying that
you're telling me we have that in our back pocket? We got that in our back pocket? Just
oh my gosh,
YouTube's
gonna kick us off.
That's Will Hammond. That's Will Hammond in my back pocket. That's Will Hammond. You got a 31-year-old man climbing on a bar stool right now. God.
Is there a QB2 controversy in Lubbock, Texas?
No, there ain't no controversy, Dallas. Look, the kid from Georgia, Brown, is that his last name?
Yeah.
Love him. Great kid. Got a strong heart, okay? And when we want to run the ball, yeah, sure, maybe put him in a little bit, okay? But guess who's number 2? William Hammond. And I think we all knew that, all right? Now, let me say another thing, something I enjoyed that the coaches didn't do. I sometimes I feel a little weird when we take out the quarterback when we're trying to get a first down, you know? I get it. We're looking at different things and we got Wildcat and things like that, but we didn't do that. I didn't see us do it maybe once or twice today, but we let the boys play. All right. We let the kids play. We didn't try to get too cute. All right. And it worked out. So I like seeing that too. Brown's a great kid. He's going to help the team. He's going to score some touchdowns. But yes, Will Hammond. Oh. And here, how about this too? Will Hammond, that's all great. But hey, Barron, way to come back. All right. Do you see that dime he threw to my boy, Hoy Aiken? Oh my God.
That was one of his best passes in his career. That was perfect.
One of the best passes of anyone's career. You know what? I heard a rumor that pass, that video is already in the Hall of Fame. They're already putting it up there. All right. I was, yeah, that's how I felt. He just threw him wide open.
Yeah. Yeah. He perfectly floated it over the corner. Do you think that the offensive resurgence is something that the offense itself has picked up and figured out, or is it just getting Taj Brooks back? Because we looked good against ACU for the majority of the game with Taj Brooks in there. We know what happened last week. I will say this took it to another level. I mean, this was an unstoppable offense for most of the game. Taj Brooks could do whatever he wanted. Even when Cam Dickey and Jacoby Williams.
Dickey looks good.
But him and Jacoby Williams looked really good. Williams
they all averaged
only
over
got
6 yards.
Carries. Yeah, so
here's what I think, Dallas. I think you're asking great questions right now. I think you're asking very good questions. I appreciate that about you always. Let me answer some of them, okay?
All right.
So here's what I'm going to tell you. Having Taj out there, I think it just scares people. You know what I mean? Like, you know what people feel like sometimes when Taj is out there? That they're just treading water. And they don't know when a shark's going to come, you know? And you know who that shark is? Taj Williams. All right?
Okay.
So that's how they feel. And so when he's out there, I just think it opens up everything, because people are like, oh, dang, well, at any point they could just hand it to this grown man who's going to get them 5 to 95 yards on one carry.
Yeah.
And then you got a guy, I'm not done yet. Then you got a guy named Cam Barbecue Dickey. You ever heard of Dickey's Barbecue?
Yeah, we should start using that nickname more often.
NIL deal that. Because this guy is saucy. All right? The way he runs the ball, woo, finger licking good. Yeah. I am hyped right now, fellas. Okay? Okay?
Our analogies per minute have to be at a new record on Tech and Tortillas.
The last thing you wanted to do was unleash this. Can you imagine, Troy? Can you imagine if we win the Big 12? When we win the Big 12, I'm going to be unbearable.
But I mean, we've always said that to Tech fans, we've given the Big 12 a fair warning that if we ever do win the Big 12, they'll be miserable on social media and real life, everything.
I've been drinking so much Kool-Aid, I gave myself diabetes. All right? That's just what's happening here. All right? So, fellas, it's a great day to be a Red Raider. God bless West Texas. God bless Coach McGuire and everyone in between.
Wow. Well said. Well said, Nick. I don't even know where to go from there. We can bounce over to next week with Arizona State. A little preview there. They just defeated Texas State last night. What are we thinking going into next week? Arizona State's looked a lot better than a lot of people thought. They were picked to finish, I think, last or second to last in the conference. But coming into this 3-0, coming to Lubbock, we're going to be riding high. What should be the message to the team to keep this momentum going, to handle the business with the Big 12 opener?
Dallas, great question again. What should be the message to the team? Hey, boys, you like how today feels? You like riding high? Do you? You like celebrating with your buddies and dancing? Well, I do too. All right. So let's get out there and kick that ass like we know we can. And here's what I'm going to tell you again, Dallas. If we go out and put a little show on in the LBK next week, things are going to start getting real fun and real dangerous out in Lubbock. Dangerous, Dallas.
It's amazing how quickly our moods and tone can shift about a football team. Troy, how do you feel about next week? How have things changed in your mind about this football team?
Yeah, exactly what Nick said. All of it for the last.
So, do you like my dance move?
Yeah, for the last 15 minutes, all of what Nick said, exactly what he said. But I think, Dallas, to your question, my mood has changed dramatically of how I feel about.
Because he's not drunk right now.
Here's the thing. So, not drunk right now, but I can get there.
And that's dangerous.
We found the rum. But how my mood has changed. We talked about it last week. We didn't think that performance was what was indicative to who the Red Raiders are, and I think this one is who we are. Right, receivers galore. To Nick's point, right, we have them all. Running back Taj Brooks, big difference. Right, opened up the pass game. Morton, that's who he is. That's what we said. Right now, I'm very appreciative that this game is at home, our season opener for the Big 12. Because I think he needs to have another showing like he just did. Show up, show out in front of the fans, and ride that high even more. And then let's go and keep doing it game after game. But I'm excited that this game's at home in front of the Red Raider faithful. And I think that I'm excited for the season again, to be honest. It's changed dramatically.
Yeah, I think it definitely breathed a lot of life into the fan base and the program as a whole. I think, this team, especially on defense, was extremely unexperienced coming into the year. And some of this might just be, hey, getting guys on the field and getting used to playing under the lights in Power 4 football, in the new Jones. I think we've also seen maybe the ceiling and the floor of this team already through 3 games. And I'm hoping that we can play a lot more games near our ceiling because, I don't think there's a team in the country that's going to dominate UNT more than that. I don't think you can dominate a team stronger than that because, we did whatever we wanted the entire game. There was one defensive mistake in the entire first half when starters were out there. We set the record, for God's sake, of most points in the first half. So I think our ceiling is high. I still think that we've got a floor. There's some stuff that I'm sure we need to continue to practice on. And
Dallas, can I tell you something?
Yeah.
Some of the strongest buildings, strongest houses, strongest foundations, guess what they all have?
What?
Floors.
My God.
But that's okay. That's okay.
Yeah, even the tallest building in the world, you know what? It has a floor.
Damn right it does.
So the question is this the Burj Khalifa or whatever in Saudi Arabia, or is this just a one-story.
Dallas, can I tell you something? Can I tell you something? Can I tell you something else?
What's that?
I think you're boxing in your mind too much because you're naming buildings, but the way I look at this team, I look at it as a freestanding outside gazebo with guess what? With guess what? No ceiling. You ever heard of the album No Ceilings by Lil Wayne?
Yeah.
You might as well put that on repeat, Dallas, because guess what? No ceilings. Troy, play the music.
No ceilings.
We'll edit that in. Don't worry.
Thanks.
Yeah.
I
We
don't have
got
time to
ceilings, baby.
get the point.
God, it feels good. Ugh.
So no
Yeah.
ceilings. There's a floor, clearly. There is a
There's a
floor.
couple walls.
You know what I'm picturing right now, Dallas? Think of it like an outside fire pit area. There's a floor, because there's always a floor, right?
Yeah.
But look up. What do you see?
Smoke.
The stars. The stars.
Yeah, the stars.
Because that's
also.
where we're going.
All right. I like it. I like it. All right.
You're welcome.
MVPs of this game. Who do we
Oh
like?
my God. Please.
Who's your MVP for the game?
All of them.
All we got 22 MVPs out there on the
No,
field.
we don't. We've got how many players are on the team? 64, 58, 85?
You've got walk-ons, I think.
Then guess what? We've got 120 stars because they came together today, Dallas.
I appreciate that. All right. do you have any? I should be asking you. Do you have any questions for us, Nick? Because you've got all the answers.
Yeah, I'm the man with the. Hey, look at my name, Dallas. Nick, never in doubt dementia. Okay.
We don't.
Never a worry. And honestly, you want to take it back a little bit further last week. I'm starting to think that Texas Tech did the nice, respectable thing because Washington State was honoring the late, great Coach Leach last week, inducting them into his Hall of Fame. So I think we might have thrown the game because we are such a respectable school. Has anyone talked about that?
I don't think I would agree with that move.
All right, well, guess what? Doesn't matter what you agree with. We're going undefeated. Moving forward, Big 12 play. Let me ask you guys some questions. I got a couple questions for you guys.
All right.
Before we get going here, final score next week.
I'll go 35-21.
Troy.
I think we're gonna be continue to be solid.
Let me ask you this: if Texas Tech wins next week, 35-21, scale of 1 to 10, how obnoxious do you think I can personally get, and how obnoxious as a fan base do you think Texas Tech's going to be?
I'll put you at an 8 because you can definitely get more obnoxious. Like if we win by like 30 or 40, then it's going to be another level.
I might drive to Scottsdale or Tempe.
Well, you're going to do that anyways. You love Scottsdale.
I do. I love the good people of Arizona State, dude. I feel bad because they're in our crosshairs, and I hate that they came up on a Tech team who is, I would say, probably destined for greatness and blessed by our Lord and Savior Jesus Christ. But I love Arizona State, so I feel bad for them. But it is what it is. Troy, thoughts?
I think the final score will be 35-28, and I think we get out of there alive and win.
What do you think?
55-17.
I tell you what, we put up 55. We win by 40 points. That'll move the needle.
If we do that, people are going to lose their minds.
I'll say this. Look, last year when Oklahoma State went to the Big 12 championship game, they lost to South Alabama at home by like 25 points. The year before that, Kansas State lost at home against a Tulane team, who granted ended up being good, but they go to the conference championship game, end up winning, beating TCU, who played in the national championship game. Plenty of teams start off slow in the non-con. It is all about, especially now, it is all about what you do in Big 12 play. And I think this is huge for momentum and confidence in the program going into league play. Forget about the game before. Let's focus on the opponent in front of us. Let's focus on what we've done well. Let's keep game planning and scripting the offense how it looked today, because that was Kitley's best performance, I think, of his career at Tech.
All right. So since I'm the guest here today, Troy, you want to sign us off?
Well, Dallas signed us in, and I'll sign us off, fellas. It feels good to be back. It just feels good to be back. And with that, let's get our guns up and wreck them, all right?
Like and subscribe.
All right, all right.